his crew chief, Brian Wilson, they said, you know, they've struggled to find that consistency this season. And so now that they're all but locked into the playoffs with that gateway win, the most important goal for them is to be consistent week in and week out. And they made a great point. They said getting into the playoffs is one thing. We've checked that box, but staying in the playoffs is another. And Austin has said it is not fun unless he is winning. So this team, despite that gateway win, still looking for more, especially if they want to go deep into the playoff run.
And we're taking a look there at what happened. Blaney, before he took the white flag, ran out of gas, and that allowed Austin Cindric, who was running in that second position, to be able to get right by and get the win.
Talk a lot, and Austin talked about the fact that, you know, it's been harder than he thought it would be, and it's been a struggle, and that's no fun. But he has won 2 cup races, one of them being the Daytona 500.
Right.
So, you know, this is a very, very difficult sport, and when you take that step to this level, it's hard. But at the end of the day, he's won 2 cup races.
It's amazed me how the approach to these practices now in our second year of these abbreviated practices and groups and then qualifying, how it's changed. You know, Jeff, when it first started, we were like, what are we going to do in 20 minutes? What are you going to learn? I'm not sure. I thought the teams would learn anything. And now when you look at the laps that these run on board with Joey Logano, right? And he has already run 23 laps, right? And he's doing that in, you see right there, 120-degree temperature. But the number of laps these teams, Ty Gibbs has run 30 laps already. So this is a very long run in a very short practice.
Noah Gragson, 34 laps.
That's a good-looking car for Noah Gragson.
And it's fast. And we talked about Josh Berry having really good pace. Another Stewart-Haas car here having good pace as well. 34th lap, a 30.79. I mean, that's maybe a tenth and a half off where he really wants to be, but that was one of his not so great laps. But they've got good pace.
I had a long conversation with Drew Blickensderfer about Noah, and I think this is a good combination, right? Drew could tell, he seemed very accurate with what the team's good at, what he was good at as a crew chief, what Noah can do as a race car driver, where they all were lacking a little bit. You know, it was a great evaluation of the race team, but he says it, and I believe it. He goes, you know, the beautiful thing about Noah, he's lighthearted, he's around the shop, the team believes in him, and you never question his desire to run fast. The pedal's pushed down. He goes, at times you have to almost pull the reins back a little bit and manage, and I think that's been the improvement out of Noah Gragson. What I've seen is just lack of mistakes. I think he has always had pretty good pace, but now he just misses, you know, and I mean a big mistake, like one slow lap or bad in traffic.
Blaney second fast in the first group, Group A. It was Ty Gibbs who was the fastest, running about a 30 flat.
We saw early in Xfinity Series practice, a lot of guys practicing coming to pit road. It looks to me like Blaney's continuing his lap. Right behind him, they're also continuing their lap. These Cup guys, they're going to run to the red flag or red and black and then probably do a practice pit in.
Yeah, what you hope, if you want to practice pit road, you hope that everybody in front of you carries enough pace to where you can sail it down in there, because to simulate it, Blaney's off pace, but to simulate it, you have to launch it down in turn 3 at full speed.
Yeah, Blaney almost like lifted to pick a gap. Joey Logano missed pit road. I watched him